money, it puts a lot of problems on people, anxiety, worry, stress, pressure, all these mental issues that everybody can relate to. So what I do is sit down, discuss it with people, and really try and find a solution to help them get over the issues that they're facing, and hopefully get them just back on track to where they need to be.
Yeah. And as we mentioned, it seems that the majority of the world has been hit by this at the moment. So yeah, just about everybody in the US and in the UK as well. It's been a huge thing that's happened. So we talked a little bit earlier. How important is it in actually having a healthy mind? How does it affect the body? So if we want to get in our best shape ever, we want to have a healthy body, is it really important to have a healthy state of mind?
Well, it is, and I think it's this a fundamental question. Is it the chicken or the egg? I would argue that you need to have a healthy mind to have a healthy body. And I always relate back to the money issues. As a result, what a lot of people do is obviously turn to drink. They kind of withdraw. They don't go out. They don't go out and see their friends. And really, the easy option is to go to the supermarket or the shopping mall and really take comfort from the wrong kinds of foods. So what we want to do is, try and get them to accept what's happening and really get them out of the shell. But I'd say definitely, in order to have a healthy body, really you've got to have a healthy mind. But likewise, once you get out there and you break over the barrier, you tend to find that you start thinking more positive. And as someone famous said to me, no one ever did any harm about thinking positive.
Exactly, most definitely. So how did you actually get into all of this? Is there a story behind it? Always been interested in the workings of the mind? And
there is, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I have personal problems myself. I used to serve in the armed forces, and a big shout out goes to everybody that's currently in Afghanistan and Iraq at the minute. Certainly everybody's rooting for you and make sure you stay safe out there. But yeah, essentially, I came back, I left. And really, I found it difficult to get back into society. And as an addition, or as a result, I was drinking heavily, so I had a lot of personal problems myself. And one day, I decided that sometimes the best way to get over problems is just to get back out there. I obviously enjoy my training, keeping fit, and then I realised at the same time there was a lot of other people out there like me, from all walks of life. And as I said, I think everybody over in the US, everybody in the UK, and across the whole of Europe at the minute are really asking some serious questions. But the good news is, there are positives. At the end of the day, yeah, I mean, you could ask is positive being enough? You need to take practical steps, definitive action, but the first thing you've got to do is really have the willpower and desire to change for the better. And hopefully today we can discuss that, some real practical steps for you. And even if we can, get through and help just a couple of people, well, that's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually work with a lot of people that have eating disorders, and anxiety is a huge start for a lot of people, how things actually develop, especially disorders. When we talk about eating disorders, we're not just talking about anorexia or bulimia, and there's all sorts of eating disorders, binge eating disorder, which is where people tend to overeat, and it's all due to emotions, so stress, anxiety. And I suppose with you dealing with a lot of people that have money issues, that is a huge obvious problem across the world at the moment. It affects how we feel about ourselves. And stress, I'm sure everybody could use a bit of stress relief at the moment.
Everyone can relate to that.
Everybody can relate to that in all walks of life, whether it's at home, in your business, in your relationship, most definitely. So we're going to start looking at some tools and techniques. Help is out there. Help is at hand. So you've definitely come to the right place. We're going to be looking at some tools and techniques to help you deal with stress, deal with anxiety, and channel that energy into a more positive outcome.